Aatrox, the World Ender. Once a champion of Shurima, now a shell of a warrior bound to a blade of endless hunger. He walks the world on a single purpose, to end it. But how does a savior become the instrument of annihilation? This is the story of Aatrox. Long before the blade, before the corruption, there was an Ascended, a warrior raised by the sun itself to protect Shurima's people. Aatrox stood among the proud, anointed, armed, and resolute. He was a paragon on the field, praised by poets and feared by foes. In the eyes of the Empire, he was not merely a soldier. He was hope forged into steel. But empires rot from within. Pride swelled among the Ascended as wars stretched on and the old balance cracked. Ambition and endless conflict turned guardians into instruments of dominance. Shurima's splendor gave way to ruin, and with the Empire's collapse came a change no sunlight could heal. The Ascended were not immune. The endless blood, the arrogance, the ruin, it curdled into something monstrous. They became the Darkin, beings of ancient power, unyielding hatred, and insatiable hunger. For Aatrox, the change was not instant, but inevitable. Where once honor guided him, raw, existential fury took root. His blade became more than a weapon. It became his prison and his hunger. Fearful mortals fought back. To stop the Darkin, sages and kings bound them, not killed, but sealed, within the very weapons they had once wielded. The concept was ruthless and clever. Take the godlike essence and trap it inside iron and edge. Aatrox was shackled into a blade, no longer free to walk as flesh. He could only exist through those who took him up. To live, he had to consume. To wield, his host would die. Each human who grasped his hilt became a victim and a vessel, an unwilling stage for the Darkin's rage. Bound but not defeated, Aatrox's influence still carved scars across Runeterra. The Darkin War was written in ash. Champions and armies clashed with the blade-bound horrors. The tales that survived are brutal. The sun-blessed warrior turned into a monstrous rumor, a nightmare that faced celestial champions. In one battle, Aatrox met Kayle and Morgana, an epic collision of celestial justice and fallen fury. Pantheon stood as well, a spear of mortal defiance. These encounters became legend, warnings whispered across the world. To call Aatrox merely violent is to miss the horror's root. He is shaped by despair. The endless cycles of war left him with a single, terrible logic. Existence is pain, and pain multiplies. Where once he defended life, his solution became annihilation. He does not lust for conquest so much as for the end of suffering, even if that end is the end of everything. That nihilism is his doctrine. To him, mercy is impossible because the world keeps repeating the same cruelties, and thus only oblivion can break the cycle. And so his name became more than rumor. He became a concept, the cessation of hope. His voice became prophecy in the mouths of the fearful. Other voices call him God-killer or doom-bringer, but titles do not change the fact. He is the blade that remembers war and will not stop until the world answers that memory with silence. Even chained to iron, Aatrox's spirit endures. A reminder that even heroes can be consumed by the very violence they opposed. The Darkin are scar-tongued lessons. Power without humility curdles into horror. And the world, ever imperfect, still trembles at the whisper of his name. This was Aatrox, once a guardian, now the echo of a world collapsing into its own worst design.